Um, we are a team from Kids First. This is Mary Carroll.
Hello.
And Mary Carroll is a social worker with Kids First Adoption Services, and my name is Ina Picar, and I am director and started this agency in '98. Can you believe that?
I can't.
So anyway, we started to do these cooking classes because we believe in healthy eating, and when we work with women and with families, it is very important to us that they do well, anyway, and everybody does well.
Yeah, we want them to take care of their whole self.
Exactly, and that's why I'm not dressed, because I'm gonna go
Exercise.
for a walk after. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
and I was in my running clothes in the last video, so
that's right.
we love exercise.
We
love
just
good,
felt
healthy
there's
food.
no reason to change.
Exactly.
So anyway, what we're gonna do today is we are gonna introduce salads to you. Everybody now wants to be fit and look good, and summer is coming up, and we need to be beach ready, right?
Yep.
So anyway, beach or no beach, good salad is amazing. And I wanted to introduce to you today one of my favorite salads, and it is actually not my recipe. This is a recipe of my husband's Aunt Maida. And she passed, but she was the most amazing, warm, incredible person who made amazing food. And at one of the home parties, she made that salad. And so it's actually not my salad recipe, but I keep making it and people enjoy it. So it is cabbage salad, and we hope you like cabbage. So you could kind of cheat a little bit with this recipe, and you could buy a bag of shredded cabbage. I'm from Ukraine, so that's what I get. I buy organic good cabbage. I wash it very well, and it's really pretty easy. You can't worry how you cut it. You cut off a chunk. Then what you do is you put it kind of like in stripes, like long lines. I just feel that when you buy the whole head of cabbage, number one, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Number two, it is way, way fresher. So I did the lines. Here they are. And I'm sorry, I did not prepare for today. I did not bring cutting board because we're doing it from the office, so you will need to excuse us. And then I just do very thin, I'm just chopping my cabbage. So anyway, I don't need to chop the whole thing, but I chopped my cabbage, and I didn't have a bowl, but I had the leftover pot here, so I'm gonna just put all the cabbage in the pot. So this recipe also requires scallions. So those are these green onions. So
they're the long ones, right? Yeah.
Long green ones. So you would take off the very tops where the white part is, and they chop them up very thinly and put them, after you put cabbage in the bowl, put scallions in the bowl, and do the dressing. So the first part is the dressing, and it's so darn easy and it's so delicious. So you do half a cup of vegetable oil or walnut oil, whatever oil you like, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. We didn't have V and W in the language I grew up with.
Really?
So I always mix it up. My family has a lot of fun with that. So anyway.
You did it right.
Perfect. I wasn't sure.
She did it right.
So anyway, so we do that. We do vinegar, and then we put 1 teaspoon of salt and ½ teaspoon pepper. And I usually put it just in a cup. Usually I start it in a big measuring cup. Again, I didn't bring it today, but then it's so easy because I mark like ½ a cup of vegetable oil, and then I put on top of that, sugar, white wine vinegar, salt, and pepper, and your dressing is ready. Done. So we have our cabbage and scallions ready and chopped up, and we could put it in the fridge so that it's crisp and cold, so that it doesn't become soggy. This recipe also asks for almonds. So I buy them at Trader Joe's, but you could get them anywhere. They're sliced almonds. And usually I like to saute them a little bit because they become crunchy. So let's pretend this is our frying pan.
Yep.
So we will put frying pan on the burner, and we'll turn it on. We'll let it just warm a little bit. Don't put it on high because it'll burn in no time. Just on a kind of, do it on low. And then put the almonds.
A dry
Just
pan.
mix, dry pan, no oil, thank you.
Okay.
No oil, no nothing. And just mix it with a wooden spoon. You have crunchy almonds. Perfect. So you combined cabbage and scallions, and then you don't put all the dressing right away. I don't like my salad overdressed. So what I would do is just I would put majority, and I mix it up because sugar kind of goes down. So mix it well, mix it up. Then when you feel it's ready, you add your sauteed almonds. And I love Chinese rice noodles.
Those are those little like short crunchy ones that look like noodles.
Short crunchy.
Those
you
are
go
good.
to
Mm-hmm.
like ethnic
Yeah, the ethnic
section.
aisle in the grocery store. Yep.
They are blue cans this size.
Yep.
And there are Chinese rice noodles, and sometimes they're just not there, then buy lo mein noodles.
Oh, sure.
And again, you want to make sure that you could make dressing ahead of time, and then chop up cabbage, or even you could even chop up cabbage ahead of time if your friends are coming for dinner, and put it in the fridge. And then when you're ready to serve, you'll just add the dressing, crunchy almonds, Chinese rice noodles, and you have an amazing, amazing salad.
It's awesome.
So that's with that. But you know what, salad, you could do so many different salads, and that's why I brought here. So get a bag of greens. I like my salad chopped thinly. I don't like these big leaves. I don't know. But that's just me. Maybe somebody likes big leaves, and go for it. So you could do lettuce. You could do, but before you chop up the lettuce, set aside. And then what I usually suggest is that don't ruin your salad with a salad dressing which was on the shelf at the store for 2 years. That ruins your wonderful salad. So what I usually do is I get good quality olive oil, and I get good quality vinegar.
Okay.
And what I do is I just put it in a small little cup, and I put, like, I love basil olive oil, and maybe like strawberry vinegar or apple vinegar. Go to the store, whatever flavors you like, just get good quality olive oil. It will last you forever. Not forever, but it will last you. And mix it up and put a little bit salt and pepper, just like that, like a little bit, that much oil and that much vinegar. Mixed it up, tasted it, salt, pepper, put it on top of the chopped salad, mix it up, don't overdress. You could chop up cheese, you could chop up avocado, you could put
There's chicken right there?
whatever nuts you want. And this is kind of, I usually cheat with that. I buy rotisserie
Me too.
chicken,
Yeah, I love buying rotisserie
and
chicken.
I just, chop it up and put that on top of the salad, and you have an awesome, awesome meal.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds great.
And if you want something else, so you could get those tortillas, they're awesome. So get tortilla, you warm up your skillet, again on high, then you put a touch of olive oil when skillet is hot, you put tortilla, and then you put slices of cheese. Okay. So So here it is on my stove, and then I put cheese, and then I will use my spatula and I will fold it in half. And then it will fry on this side, then I flip it, not with hands, with a spatula. On another side, and you have a crunchy, just little cheese tortilla. If you want to put avocado there, go for it. If you want to put cilantro there, go for it. So
there's ways to make the salad that you're eating have a little bit more filling. If you had, if I just went for a run or something, I don't think a salad would be enough for me. But if I had a little tortilla with it, or maybe some rotisserie chicken with it, then I would feel full, and I feel like that would be a good meal.
totally.
Completely agree.
It's satisfying, it's nice, and you know what, guys, the more often you do it, the more comfortable you are, and the more you realize, why would I buy this big salad somewhere and it's not as good? Oh, you could put sunflower seeds, whatever seeds.
Yep.
Anyway, just be creative with your salad.
Yep.
So that's our salad thing. And we also wanted to share with you something cool.
Yeah,
so you go ahead.
Yeah, we wanted to share a adoption story with you. We work with families from all different backgrounds and experiences, and we were able to work with a family who gave birth to a child who had significant special needs, and they were medically fragile, and they weren't in a position to care for long-term a child with that much medical needs. That this child is going to require lots of trips to the hospital for long periods of time, and we heard their concerns, and they wanted to have an adoption that was open and available for pictures and updates to hear how the child's doing, because their heart was breaking that this child had this diagnosis. And so Ina and I worked really hard to make sure that we could find a family that could meet the needs of that child. And when we do that, we interview the families before they're able to adopt. We go to their home, we do their background checks. If they're already parenting kids, we interview those kids too and say, what do you think about it? Mom and dad are talking about wanting to add to the family. How do you feel about it? We do background checks. We look at their finances. They have life insurance. There's all these different things that we consider before even entertaining the idea of a family taking on any child, especially a child with, such medical needs as this one. Do you want to finish the story?
Yeah, I mean, they're amazing to families.
Yep.
And their connection is really very, very special.
Absolutely.
And we want to tell you that usually in scenarios like that, we would call, when there is a child with special needs, we would talk to a number of fully approved families before we would introduce them to the biological family, because this is such a huge decision, and it has to be right, and it has to be good. So anyway, that was our evening on Tuesday night, and it was very nice. And it's huge. It's huge. But you know what? As hard as it is, biological family is happy that they have their child with a family they trust, and
I think there's a peace of mind that they were able to walk away with, even though her and his heart were really heavy about having to go through an adoption process. They, I think, felt like they were doing the best thing for their child, and felt confident that the family that they picked was going to be able to care for the child the best that they could, and get them to every doctor's appointment and meet with every specialist and advocate for that child for the rest of their lives. And it's a beautiful partnership when it works like that.
it really is. And in this particular situation, this family adopted their older child with
The same medical
that
condition.
same medical condition. So they did have such a good relationship prior to that. So it was really neat to see how two families were able to stay close and to be so good to each other because of that incredible love for the child. So anyway, thank you guys very much. Eat healthy, and if you do have questions for us or you want certain recipes, please let us know.
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.